It's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and we're outside the small Kersey Laundromat going to see if it has more money in the machines today than last week. It's been a struggle with this little business, but hopefully things get better. And it's snowing, and we've got the 928 out. Not the best combination in the world, but it's snowing a little more sooner than it was supposed to today. I don't think it's going to get too bad. Kind of off and on. There's still some blue sky over there. But yeah, it's rear-wheel drive with pretty wide tires, so we don't want too much snow. That's not fun. First off, we always like to see how clean it is in here, because there's good and bad. Hopefully someone's using a machine and there's not just water running. Okay. If it's really dirty in here, that means people have been using it, and that's a good thing. If it's really clean in here, that means it looks clean. That's a good thing. But is this water? What is that? Looks real dirty over here. That's always a sign of leaking machines when there's water signs on here. But we did have the laundromat. Whoa, there's a tractor flying by. I didn't know tractors could go that fast. There he goes. He shook the whole building. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh, we did have the laundromat repair guys come by and look at this to see what it would take to exchange these out for the dryers. We still want to do that. I thought they'd done that before, but oh, that's the machine making a bunch of noise. I thought that was the tractor that drove by. I'm like, that's crazy, but the machine is being real noisy. Okay, anyway, and I think they had fixed this one, but the out of order is still on it, I believe, because we don't have a coin box? I'm not sure. I'll have to ask them, because they said they fixed the machine in here. Boy, that one's shaky. One thing we might be able to do too is we have some bases, and I think they fit these, and if we're putting in big machines, which we're still trying to do, I'm waiting for my electrical bid to come through. Everything takes forever now. Then maybe we'll put some of these Horizons on bases too, and that should calm them down a little bit, make them work better. So if we do the bases, and don't worry, we'll check money here in just a second. We've got to redo some of the electrical, add a new panel. We've got to put in some concrete bases, tear up the floor. We might have to redo some of the drain lines because the big machines drain out the bottom. And this drain line, boy, we might have to do a lot of drain work. That's going to be an issue. And then of course the machines, I've already got some machines, hopefully they work okay. We've got to get them installed. So it's quite the endeavor, and we're still chugging along, but it might take some time to get that done. I was really hoping these would be in by now. But again, like I said, the guy showed up, came in to look at it, but they haven't done any work on them yet. So we'll check money. Hopefully it's better than last week. I have seen people on the cameras, so that's good. I was here earlier this week, and there was money in the change machine, so that's always good. The green lights are still on. That's good. That means they're still working. So there's some positives. And I thought I asked those guys to check out the soap machine too. I'll have to ask them on that as well. But a lot of stuff going on here. We'll see if there's money in here. That's the big thing. And then keep chugging along. But as you can see, people are using them, so that's good. All right, we're gonna check the little guy first. And it just accepts dollars or $2 bills, as we found out. But people like using that one for some reason. I wanted to put a sign on it that says only used in emergencies or if the other one doesn't work, but it hasn't been that big of a deal refilling this. There's quite a bit being used, but you just have to dump quarters in individually in there to make it work. So we'll refill that and make sure there's enough quarters in there. And we'll check this one and see. We're going the wrong way. That is tight. I remember that being that tight before. That way. Obviously I just tightened it. That's why. There we go. Hopefully all the quarters are gone. They won't be, but. Well, hey, that's a really good sign. That's the lowest that's been in quite a while. So I think you never know for sure, right? We just were at the bigger laundromat, and I don't know if we had a record. I thought for sure we were gonna have record sales. I don't know if we did or not. But judging on this, I'm not saying we're gonna have a record, but we should have more than we've had in a while if this is an indication of what's in the machines. All right, we're starting with the dryer. Soon, we'll never be able to do this again because it will be replaced, and we won't be able to see the massive amount of money in it because I dropped the keys on the ground. And I used to always save this part for the end, but then sometimes I forget to go back and lock it. So there's a big checklist of stuff I have to do when I'm here and leaving, and that's always make sure the keys are put away, make sure the coin boxes are locked. Oh, that's not amazing, but this one usually has the least amount. Hopefully this one will be amazing. We'll go slow. Hey, ooh, look at that. I know, compared to other laundromat videos, you're like, what's the big deal? That's the most this tiny laundromat has had on the dryers for a long time. So that's very encouraging. Look at that too. So good. That makes me happy. Now, we're still not making money probably, but it's encouraging to see that. Okay, we'll check these machines. Not bad. It's way more fun collecting my other laundromat, which has not bad too. Big machines, and way more money, but it's really good. That's good too. To see much more money in here than we've seen for a while. That is very encouraging. We'll run down here and see if we've got this one. Any money in this one? This is one of the old coin boxes. Not bad either for this one down here. It doesn't get as much love. Okay, very encouraging. I thought I saw a quarter that looks silver in there too, but that's for another time to check. Now we'll check the washers, the old washers. This one will be one of the ones being replaced. If we get the bigger, better ones, that's for sure. It's a small, cheap, very old. People love it. They really do. Not bad. That one I need my dryer key for. I think that's the most that one's ever had too. This is one of the ones I got from a defunct laundromat, and have a couple more of those that are Speed Queen, so they're a little better than these other ones. Oh, I've been lucky so far with my keys. Not bad, not the most ever, but the new Horizons definitely had way more money in them than we've seen for a while, as did the dryers. And that's more than we've had in there for a while too. So again, not sure we're actually making money at this rate, but it's very encouraging. People seem to be coming back. We had a lot of issues with the change machines not working. We fixed those hopefully by putting on a reset timer that resets it every night, adding the backup one. If we got big machines in there, I think that'd help a ton. And if we got those new dryers in here, I think that'd help a ton too. So, but this is encouraging. This is very encouraging. Good to see, and we'll go back and count it here. I'm sure it's more than we've had in quite a while. This was weird. The shop vac that I don't have a battery for had water in it. I think the laundromat guys who were fixing stuff must have used it. And then someone broke this door before. There's a tenant on the other side of it, and we're fixing it, and they came through and were asking, what's going on? What's happening? Why are you trying to break into our apartment? We're like, no. Someone from your side actually tried to break into the laundromat. Nothing was missing, no money was gone, but still kind of weird that happened. All right, so we're counting the quarters for the Kersey Laundromat, and this is the most fun count I've had in a long time because I could tell there was a lot more money in these buckets than there has been in a long time. Now, don't get distracted by the bucket on the left. That's the washer money from our other good laundromat in Greeley, and that's got way more money in it than Kersey makes in a month. But that's okay. We're still going to see what happened here. Of course, I dumped too many quarters in at once, and that's what happens here. But eventually, we'll get it going here. But it was a fun quarter jam because we're already over $100 in dryer money, and that hasn't happened for such a long time here. So it was very encouraging to see this. And I don't know why. The first of the month, kind of. It's kind of the first of the month, the 2nd through the 9th, I guess. It wasn't even jammed. I thought it was. So it's interesting. It could because the change machine is working good now. It has been for a while, and people have faith in it again. Who knows? It's just so strange how these things change and go up and down. So the dryer money was definitely more than we've had in a long time. We'll show you the chart here in just a second. This is the old washer money, which I figured was going to be less than the new ones because I feel like there was more money in the new washers than we've ever had before. Again, I could be wrong on this stuff. You never know. I was for sure we broke a record at the Greeley Laundromat yesterday when I posted that video, and we didn't. We came really close, but I do make mistakes. And looking at this was also a really good sign because just from the old washers, we had almost $100, which is like as much as we had from both of them a couple weeks ago. So that was very encouraging to see, and I was pretty sure we had more in the new ones. And I have figured out a technique to keep this change machine going. You just have to be very slow about it. If we get to 800 quarters, that's $200 in those machines, which is awesome in what we did. So yes, that got a thumbs up. I haven't given a thumbs up to the Kersey Laundromat in a very long time. So let's look at the charts and see what happened. This is from the very beginning. This might take a while. I might need to speed up this chart too. Maybe next time, not this time, because we've had it since June, and this is weekly sales. You can see we started off okay, but in the very beginning, we had a car wash. That's not up and running. We'll probably get that up and running here this spring. We had the soap machine working. We had, a pop machine, a vending machine. They didn't bring in a lot, but they brought in a little bit more money. If you add all those together, we had the vacuum too. There were some months those brought in $100 a month altogether, or maybe even a little more. So you can see we were doing pretty well, and then everything just went to where and kept going there over and over again. We'd have a good month and a bad month, and then if you've been following along, the last month has not been good. We had our worst week ever. Last week things got a little better, and look at this. That's this week. 339 total, which, and if you look at the chart where you look at the washers in green and the dryers in brown, that is, I believe, the dryers may be close. That's the most money we've ever had in the washers ever. So that was awesome to see. And the dryers was close. We might have had a little bit more in the beginning of October. But if we would have had, the car wash working and the other stuff we had before, I think we would have had a record week for sure, which is crazy because we just had our worst week ever, and now we have one of our best weeks ever. So very encouraging, but also very weird how all that happens. Like I said, we still have some plans to make it better, add more machines, and if we keep everything working and on top of it, hopefully that encourages people. If we can get the car wash set up the correct way, so one of the reasons we shut it down was it just kept breaking, and people would show up and breakers would trip and different things would happen. If we get that set up the right way and working all the time too, that could definitely bring in more revenue. And maybe, I don't want to, knock on wood, this place could be a good business here soon. We'll see. But of course, we'll have an update next week. Hopefully it doesn't drop back down to another record bad week. And we'll have updates on the other laundromat too. I don't know what I just said there, but we'll have updates on the other laundromat too. And all other businesses, commercial real estate, flips, residential, all that. We have a new flip I just bought with a skate park in the basement. That's going to be pretty interesting. I'll have a video on that here in a couple weeks when we buy that. And then I'm still looking for other properties to buy as well. Take care. Love to hear what you think.